put your hands together for the comedy stylist of Nani.
First thing you need to know about me is that I was the perfect kid. I only started cussing in the first grade. In the second grade, this mean girl told me that Freddy Krueger would get me if I didn't cross the monkey bars. She was like, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better cross the monkey bars. I'm like, that doesn't even rhyme, Jessica. I am somebody who, as an adult, has been chased by someone dressed as Michael Myers 3 times in my life. Yes. I'm generally a fan of scary things. I'm just not a fan of getting murdered. At Not Scary Farm one time, yes, the scary people came after me, and I took off running, which is what you're not supposed to do. Maybe that's what I should do to work out. Get someone dressed up as Michael Myers and chase me around. I'll call it Serial Killers Running Club and Bar Crawl. I've been working on my comedy with my therapist. But I don't think she's reliable for comedy. Why isn't she reliable? Well, she drives a Prius. She doesn't use her blinker. She uses irony incorrectly. She has a laptop. She works in an office. She has hair. I don't drink anymore, but when I used to drink, I would tell my problems to bartenders and strangers. Now that I'm sober, I gotta pay somebody a bunch of money. It's almost more cost-effective to drink. And it's hard out here, right? In this economy? They get it. Especially if you're trying to date. And I'm dating more women than men nowadays. I'm always stumped as to who's supposed to pay. Because I'm not paid. Anyone like reality TV? Yeah. I love The Challenge.
Yeah, that's my stuff.
Yeah! Thank you! My favorite way to watch is what I did for Valentine's. I got myself some fettuccine alfredo, some cauliflower wings. I just find it so inspirational to see people do these intense challenges. It's like they're putting in the work on this 26-mile run, and I'm putting in the work on this fettuccine alfredo. I don't mind Valentine's. I would like it better if it didn't exist. I am looking for love, though. Know anybody? That's right, I only did this show as a way to further put myself on the market, so let me know after, okay? It's difficult to look for love. You gotta be yourself, but don't give too many details. You gotta have things in common, but don't stalk them. Tough stuff. I mean, I am hoping that the one is right around the corner. I just hope they're not dressed as Michael Myers. I like to sleep a lot, but my job gets in the way. Thank you. I got a review of my job not too long ago. It was a scale of 1 to 5, and I got 3s across the board. They told me that this was good, though. Successful, they said. I said, okay, but it sounds a lot like my dating life, just right down the middle. My job is super boring, and I hate it, but I do have priorities. 1, work on my resume. 2, apply for jobs. 3, pray that lightning fucking strikes and changes my life. I'll wait. I work the front desk, so people come and go, and this one day, this nerdy guy comes in with his dog, and he's nice enough, but I'm not into him like that. Then the dog starts to get unruly, and he tells the dog in like a real authoritative way, he tells it, sit, and I'm like, oh, hello. Got my attention real quick. Shoot. Hold on. Give me a second. I like online shopping.
Yes!
Thank you. Specifically bra shopping. But only for the titties. You ever want to read somebody's shirt, but you don't want to be staring right at their boobs? So you gotta kind of do like this sideways, like glance thing. Hope you get it. Otherwise, you're just making direct eye contact with those things. I was at Disneyland and this woman was talking with her hands, and she accidentally touched my boob, which is the most action I've gotten in a while. I'm on Hinge, the dating app, and this guy on there, he wanted me to be mean to him. So I figured, sure, I'll give it a shot. At first I was like, you're stupid. Like, okay, I could be a little bit meaner than that. And then it was like, your mother didn't love you. Oh wow, I can be a lot meaner apparently. So finally I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna tell this guy the meanest thing that I can think of right now. So I did, I just straight up told him, Freddy Krueger's gonna get you. Thank you.
Please put together for our next comedian. He is not a person who usually does this. He is a writer. Please put your hands together for Matthew Feinstein.
I didn't hit puberty until I was 16 years old. So I looked like a large infant. A very large infant. And I dressed like I owned a vape shop in rural Oregon. It was the full thing. It was Oakley sunglasses, flat bill snapback, chunky skate shoes, even though I didn't skate because I had the body of a potato. And you would be very confused if you were to see me around back then. You might think, man, does he watch MTV or the Disney Channel? When he goes to the supermarket, does he buy vodka or Gerber baby food? Does he hotbox his Pontiac for his diaper? The hottest thing I've ever worn was at an ABC party. For the nerds in the audience, that means anything but clothes. And I wore a large black garbage bag, and I used the red handles as spaghetti straps. I looked like a trashy Cinderella crawling out of the sewer. It was hot. It was hot shit energy. I was like the sewer on the morning after Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know who said that. That's exactly what I was trying to get. Yeah, that kind of reaction. But yeah, so there I was, partying in a sea, an ocean, perhaps, of caution tape tube tops, soda bottle shoes, and Speedos made of dried Clorox wipes. Now, COVID-19 was not there yet, okay? It was nowhere around. But I will say those genitals would not have gotten infected. I mean, it was 99.9%, as the bottle says, or I guess what the container says. But yeah, and fun fact, when you wear a hot plastic in a hot apartment, you excrete a lot of liquid. There's a lot of fucking juice in there, you know? And I was like a Panera bread salad in an air. You know how hot they get now with climate change, of course. And of course they got dehydrated because, you know, wet. The water just leapt out of me like an exorcism. And so I ran to the kitchen and I filled up a glass of water and I was choking. I was just like, oh. I was choking. And I looked down and I noticed one of my leg holes had ripped, turning my trash bag dress into a trash bag ball gown. I remember that day vividly, of course, as you can imagine. But I had a math final that upcoming week. I was awful at math. I guess you could say I still am awful at math. And in college, I scoured ratemyprofessor.com to find math instructors with the most one-star ratings from students who cared about their education, and the most five-star ratings from English majors. One professor I had actually confessed that she wanted to be an English teacher, but she decided against it, because after 5 glasses of wine, she already started to slur her words. But with math, she could get away with around 8 glasses before she lost all motor control and could no longer write numbers on the board. And instead of grading our final exams, she stood before the class with those dead, defeated eyes and just went, "Shh, you get an A. Shh, you get an A. Shh, 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 you get an A." Until every test was torn at her feet like pathetic confetti. Now, I should have been happy, okay? This is like the gold mine of trying to get a professor who does not give 2 fucks, you know? I did not deserve an A. Of course I didn't, okay? But the reason I was upset was because the entire class was less of an Algebra 2 class and more of a class on career dissatisfaction. And that pisses me off, because I took the advanced version in high school when working at the movie theater. Speaking of broken dreams. Yeah, I know, so sad, wow. Life sucks. I'm sure people feel good about that. It's a great fact of life. But anyways, growing up Jewish, I tell my friends that Santa wasn't real. I was that friend. And I'd ask them, and they'd ask me stupid fucking questions, like, if Santa's not real, why do cookies exist? Because Santa didn't invent cookies. If Santa's not real, why does my mom believe in him? Because she's a bold-faced liar. If Santa's not real, how do you explain that man who kissed me in my sleep last year? Because you don't have a home security system. One kid got so angry, he stripped naked and chased me around his house. And, I wonder how he's doing. I do. After being fired, does he strip naked and chase HR around? After receiving a rejection email from his dream college, does he send the admissions office a dick pic? How many times has he been escorted out of a Taco Bell by security, naked, after they accidentally put beans in his Crunchwrap Supreme? Now, I imagine this is how he would give his dad's eulogy at his dad's. I have no idea if his dad's dead, but just for funsies, let's pretend. This is how this is a fucking role play. It's fine. No harm, no foul. I haven't talked to him, I don't even know, since I saw his dick. Okay. Thank you all for coming today. I'm sure my father is looking down, so happy to see all of you here mourning his death. You might think my father is caring, kind, and overall a pretty good guy. But I assure you, my father was a bold-faced liar. when I was a wee boy, okay? When I was a wee boy, I scurried down the stairs like a fucking rat. And I looked under that Christmas tree, and there was a brand new Christmas present. And on the tag it said, "From Santa Claus, XOXO." And for those of you who don't know, that means kiss, hug, kiss, hug. And I looked up at my father and I said, "Papa, who is Santa Claus?" And my father looked at me and said, "Well, that's a fat man that comes once a year to give you a gift." And I looked back up at him and I said, like that man on the telly who was arrested after breaking into people's houses and kissing their children in their rooms. And he was like, "No, more like a sneaky philanthropist." And I know this is hard for you all to believe, since none of you are Jews, but Santa Claus is not real. May my father burn in hell.
Great to see you guys are like so great. You're laughing so much. Love it. So both sides of my family came to the U.S. from Italy. I love Italian food. It's my favorite food. Unfortunately, lately I have become an Italian with a gluten intolerance. Yeah, that sucks. So every time I eat a cauliflower crust pizza, my grandmother just has 2 Hail Marys. I did the paleo diet for a little bit. That's a diet that's based off of what humans ate during the Paleolithic era. So this is when, you know, humans lived in caves, ate bugs, and had really effed up hair. And naturally, I assumed that my diet would consist of rocks, dirt, and dinosaurs. I was wrong about the dinosaurs, which is good because I really didn't want to go to the Natural History Museum. I removed my groceries. So I grew up Catholic. Hold that. I might take that back in a second. My favorite part of church was the part kind of near the end. Snack time, you know, or for the traditionalist, communion. I always thought communion needed a little bit more, you know. I mean, you've got the wine, you've got the bread. Why not a little charcuterie? You know? Or at least a can of spray cheese for those little cardboard wafers, right? You know, it's like body of Christ. Amen. Guys, it's jalapeno flavor today. I had my first communion. That's kind of a weird ceremony. It's a bunch of little girls dressed in little mini wedding dresses. If you're not familiar with the Catholic first communion, the girls dress in long white lace dresses with long white lace veils, and I remember being confused, like, am I getting married? Are we all getting married? Am I marrying Jesus? It's like, man, he's got a big house. Yeah, I mean, he probably does. He's got those big pearly gates, you know. He's probably doing pretty good for himself, right? You know, and good for him. Good for him. Especially after the whole crucifixion thing. I mean, you know. My mom's fun to hang out with. I'll visit her pretty often, and she's got some kind of funny little quirks, especially when it comes to food. When you open up the fridge, you'll see 5 beers, a bowl with half of an apple, and another tiny bowl with 2 tiny little nuts. She was too full to eat 2 tiny banana nuts. And why are they in the fridge? How long does she think it's going to take before she's hungry enough to eat 2 tiny little nuts? I don't know what she's thinking. She's like, oh my God, I ate so much today. Oh, I'm full. Oh my God. I better put these nuts in the fridge. Maybe that's why the museum's closed all week. My sister is she's a smart girl. She does have these times though when her brain just kind of turns off, you know? Kind of like when a possum plays dead to avoid a predator. Just kind of goes like, that's what her brain does. She came to visit me not too long ago. And she got her flight, she got her ticket, she got to the gate, she got to the airport, everything was ready to go. And she's looking at her ticket and it says she's in row C. So they start boarding the plane and they're calling row A to board, row B, and then they say all other passengers may now board. So she's hanging out, you know, just getting her ticket and she's looking around and she looks out the window and the plane is gone. She missed the plane while waiting at the gate. Yeah. So she called me up, she's like, Joanna, I missed the plane. I was like, oh no, what happened? And she's like, they didn't call row C. And I was like, oh, God, stupid possum. She was like, they called row A, they called row B, and then they said all other passengers. I was like, wait a minute. What did you think all other passengers meant? That's you! You're all other passengers! I don't know if she was thinking something like, all other passengers currently in an Uber or on a spaceship may now join. Not sure what's going through her head, but she's doing well now. She can get places on it. She's here tonight. She got here all by herself. She did not take a plane, so it all worked out fine. So, I was recently diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It took me 8 years to get that specific of a diagnosis. And, but it was kind of fun though, like before that when people would ask me, Joanna, what's going on? Like, I see you're struggling, I see you, you use a wheelchair sometimes, and what's going on? So, I would just tell them, I have a disease that hasn't been discovered by medical professionals yet. It could be highly contagious. I don't get these. But it's nice because lately I have been feeling quite a bit better, which is great. And so now people have been asking, Joanna, what have you been doing? That's making you feel so much better. And yeah, and so here's what I tell them. You guys want to know what I tell them? Yeah. So listen up. Doesn't leave this room. Okay? The secret to getting over any type of chronic illness is that you have to make... Oh, that's my time! I'm sorry!
Around clubs and theaters and around LA and Orange County. Please welcome Casara.
What's up, everybody? Yes, so your girl comes from humble backgrounds. Yeah, you know the food pyramid?
Yes.
My food pyramid growing up consisted of Mountain Dew, Taco Bell, and the Kmart Cafe. Yeah, I love Kmart. I love Kmart because at the time my dad took me on a shopping spree there. He let me get whatever I want and fill up the basket, so I did. And when it came time to exit, he parked the cart near the exit and walked out. That's when I lost faith in men. Yeah, so I'm a Bakersfield survivor. Yeah, I am. I moved out without a DUI
not on probation, and all my teeth intact. Thank you. I'm a Bakersfield unicorn, where that means I moved out of my 20s not pregnant. Yeah, because really all there is to do there is work in the oil fields, meth, and collect baby daddies. Yeah. So I have 4 eyes and none of them work. Yeah, it's really difficult. There are pros and cons to being a bearded teen. What's my iPhone? Awkward. What the fuck? Yeah, so there's pros and cons to being a bearded teen. Pro, you can buy all your friends alcohol. Con, being referred to as the beard. Yeah, I know. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, and I love traveling so much, mostly because of the intimacy of the airports. You know, when you're in the TSA line and the person in front of you smells like sour ass? Yeah. You have to put on your mask not just to protect yourself from COVID. Or, you know, whenever you have to surrender things because of, like, say, the amount of ounces in your cologne. I saw a Ken, which is my Karen, flip his shit whenever he had to surrender his Ricard Noir. Oh, man. Or the, you know, the flight announcers. You know, where they're like, hey, whatever, it's going this place at this time. Yeah, the flight announcers, who clearly is a DJ, like a side hustle. Yeah, they're, you know, he's as if he's like, he MCs a house party, or he's reincarnated Art Laboe. Yeah, I love that. I love the whole dynamic of airports and traveling. And so I recently was in Austin. And, yeah, Austin, yeah. Really, they do things bigger in Austin, you know? Bigger hair, women's hair, egos, potholes. I also noticed that there's they have larger, you know, larger amounts of things like brisket, pop-up venues, and child abductions. I know, it's terrible, but real talk, I had an Amber Alert every single day I was there. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. I also noticed people in Austin love mustaches. Because they have, you know, like the Peaky Blinder swirl thing, or they're like the big bushel ones, or a handlebar. I would do damn well in Austin. Yeah. I also made my way to New Orleans. And, New Orleans is a shit. I love New Orleans so much. But I also noticed that New Orleans people love MJ. They love Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, me too. You can call me PYT. But every single corner in Bourbon Street, I noticed that there was someone doing the Smooth Criminal. All right, I'm down with it. I also noticed that there was a lot of WAPs. Do you know the climate? Wet ass pavement. Yes. So yeah. So I went home recently for there was a death in the family friend of a close, you know, family friend. And one of the siblings was talking about how they've been collecting ashes of their dead relatives. Oh, God. You know, like when it's like, oh, I have grandma, I have Aunt Dee, and what all this stuff. And they were talking about how they touched the ashes. Like me, I know. I thought it was strange. She's like, wait a minute. I have my dad's ashes. I've never touched my dad. But he's touched me. I get it. All right, yeah. Yeah, it's total joke. I've been really, you know, I'm really good at clearing things. I'm really good at clearing. I moved from Bakersfield to Long Beach, cleared my bank account. Worth it. I recently rode my boyfriend's scooter into an alley where there was, you know, a bunch of bums in there. And I rode up and like thinking, feeling like a badass, I flipped my hood up and was like, first time on a hog. I cleared that alley. And then I also was in a group chat with, we were all talking about the finances of my sister's baby shower. And you know when you don't read the group chat, you just chime in? So I did that. And I had that cringy ass moment where not only I look illiterate, I look cheap. Cleared that group chat. Yeah, so I don't understand this generation's need to commit to monthly themes. You heard of like No Shave November or Dry January? What's next? Finally Flossing February? I mean, like, achieving these goals is like eating a single vegetable, or receiving one single text, or not receiving an error on the scale. It's real groundbreaking work, Catherine. So my boyfriend recently went to his hometown in Mexico, and he brought me back the perfect huaraches. And for those who don't know what those are, they're these, but they're like sandals. Yes. So they have the perfect tassels, the perfect color, you know, the perfect design on them. As soon as I put them on, I felt the urge to say yes and send out RSVPs. Flip of the coin, when he pisses me off, I take them off and I'm back on the market. Yeah. No, but for real though, they have these grips on them. I feel like you can run 17 miles. It's wild. It's like power. So I don't know. I overheard at work today or not today, but this week, that it is irresponsible to test for COVID because it's such an inconvenience. I know. I was like, tell me you're from the OC without telling me you're from the OC. Yeah. So I just found out that Pluto is a dwarf planet. Yeah. Huh? Don't say that word? Okay. Well, I wonder if they have free parking in California.
Oh my God.
I wonder if they have, I hope they don't get fetishized. And I wonder if Pluto has a handicap placard. Yeah. So, I'm bringing it up. Have you guys seen the Drake video? Yeah. If you don't know, it's Drake jerking off. But, yes. I remember. Yes, you can think about this later on tonight. I remember Degrassi Drake. Do you guys remember Degrassi? I remember that episode where he realized that he's not completely paralyzed from the waist down. Right. Good to know that one of his 3 legs works. All right, everyone, that's my time. My name's Casara.
All right, guys. The next lady coming up, she's been working with hard. She's getting ready to do her comedy debut. Please put your hands together for Tracey Murphey.
Hi, Tracey!
So recently I was eating some candy, and it was one of those little fun size packets, you know. I love how manufacturers call those tiny individually wrapped pieces of candy fun size. Because seriously, I mean, what's fun about them? I mean, you get less chocolate than you would from a normal candy bar. And what's fun about that, right? I mean, would you call a small piece of cake more fun than a large piece of cake? A small margarita more fun than a large margarita? I don't think a lot of people would. Imagine if your boss had made this announcement. All right, staff, in light of the current economic downturn, You're all going to be getting fun-sized paychecks. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm old. By that I mean officially old. And you know you're officially old when AARP tracks you down and starts pestering you to join the organization. They keep telling me I'll get a free cooler if I become a member. Congratulations on making it to old age. Here's your complimentary cooler, which you can use to store your lunch, cold drinks, or all your unfulfilled dreams. But I've seen the size of this cooler. It's fun size. You know where all my unfulfilled dreams are going to fit in that thing? Nice try, AARP. Anyone here really terrible when it comes to washing dishes? Yeah, I actually managed to get all my dishes washed though. Once. About 6 months ago. Haven't seen the bottom of a kitchen sink since. I know it's sad. It smells. But anyway, there have been times when I actually thought, you know, it'd be great if I could actually train my pet to wash my dishes for me. It's a great idea, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we clean up everything of theirs. I mean, the least they can do for us is wash the dishes for us, right?
Right.
Freeloaders. But I have to be realistic because, you know, I don't think they do a very good job. Not just because one is a rabbit, the other two are rats. They do tend to go to the bathroom at the same place where they eat. So, you know, their standards of cleanliness can't be very high. And I really don't want to have to rewash the dishes they've just washed with. That would defeat the whole purpose. Excuse me while I'm here. Okay, so I lived in Japan for a year when I was a student in college. And in Japan, everybody takes public transportation. That includes even the drunk people coming home from the bars late at night, which can make for some interesting train rides. So one night, I was taking the last train home, and I found myself sitting across from this girl who was about my age at the time, early 20s. And she looked to be both really drunk and really sleepy. She had her eyes kind of half closed, and she kept lilting from side to side, like this. And she had to actually prop herself up with one arm to keep from falling over. And for some reason, she'd actually taken out one of her contact lenses and was trying to put it back in her eye. So of course she drops it on the floor. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching her make these slow, languid movements. And it's kind of hypnotizing, you know? But then all of a sudden, it was like she just like folded in half at the waist. She's sitting here like this, and I have to stand up here so people in the back can see. But anyway, she's just sitting here like this, and then all of a sudden she just goes, and it took me a second, but I realized she was actually looking on the ground for her contact lens. And she finds it, and she manages to get it on her finger. And she manages to sit back up again. So she's sitting there with the lens on her finger. And then the next thing she does is she puts it in her mouth. Which is the first thing you would do with anything you get off the floor. So, I mean, I realized she was probably washing it, you know. But I mean, she really thinks the inside of her mouth is more sanitary than the floor of a train. I mean, maybe she figured because of all the alcohol she consumed, the inside of her mouth was sanitized. I don't know. But at any rate, after lubing this contact lens with the saliva, she was actually able to put it back on her eyeball. Kind of impressive. So now the whole time I'm watching this incapacitated person perform this rather delicate task, not only was I entertained, but I I actually felt a sense of warmth fill my heart and soul because about 2 days later I was due to fly back home after spending the last 13 months in Japan. And this was the first time, and probably the last time, that I actually booked a regular train with a drunk person. And I remember thinking in that moment, you know, as much as I'm looking forward to going home, I'm really going to miss this place. So, I know, I still miss it. But, so, anyway, I have one more for you. So probably one of the most memorable gifts I've ever received was a Christmas gift I got one year from my grandfather when I was growing up. I remember finding it under the tree. It was wrapped in a plastic grocery bag from Ralph's, and it was closed at the top with a wooden clothespin. I opened it up, and inside there was a lemon. And it wasn't a lemon from the store, mind you. It was an unwashed lemon pulled from our lemon tree in the backyard. And along with that lemon, there was also a small rock. And that rock was also from our backyard. It was from the pile of rocks under the lemon tree. And there was like a little bit of loose dirt and, you know, maybe a twig or two. But then finally, there was a $50 bill. Now, I should tell you, my grandpa did have a quirky sense of humor. And, maybe to a lot of you, this presentation of this gift doesn't seem to have the proper decorum of a proper Christmas present. But don't forget, folks, that Jesus himself was not born into the prettiest of environments. I mean, I'm sure there were probably a couple rocks flying around in that manger, plenty of dirt, not to mention animal poop. Thank God Grandpa didn't put anything bad in the bag. But my whole point is, if you were to think of that $50 bill as the baby Jesus, and it's not a stretch because we all worship money, that gift was actually very representative of the first Christmas. And probably next to the Hello Kitty doll I have dressed in traditional Japanese Shinto wedding garb, it's probably the most religious gift I've ever received. Thank you, Boston.
Put your hands together for the one, the only, Claudia Clay!
I said, we should have had this shit like a day party, like a brunch from 12 to 1:30. Fucking 2:16. Now that I'm 40, the shit hit differently because my body is not the same. I can't stay up all night and party. And y'all keep asking me, what we doing after this? Home. I'm not doing shit. I'm gonna go home, smoke, drink, go home to your fucking family. Go home to your kids. Like, it's not trying to be up all night. Speaking of kids, y'all new generation parents, so much of them scary. Like, everybody need a babysitter. Back in my day, we didn't have no goddamn babysitter. There's like 3 rules in my household and my family. Rule number 1, don't open my motherfucking door. My first rule, I don't give a fuck if Jesus Christ that came in and when I open that front door. Rule number 2, don't answer that goddamn phone. Back in the 80s, we could have like voicemail and answer machine. That shit ran for 36 minutes straight. And rule number 3, don't touch the goddamn stove. My mom, she felt like we touched the stove or cooked, the shit was gonna catch fire, and she said, I gotta go jail behind your motherfucking asses. And my mom, I'm like, well, bitch, I'm about to be dead. You were about to be dead. The shit catch fire. Now, Everybody that know me and my mama drank. I just bring my house down, rest her soul. But she's a drinker. She drinks that cheap shit like Thunderbird, and like she's like one of the rare. Like Rhino type of fun. My mama never had a car. She walked everywhere, drunk and not. Just like Tariq on car. You never seen Tariq in a motherfucking car. Tariq walked from New York. My mama, she walked from LA, Compton, Watts. So this one night, me, all my siblings, my sister, my brother, my cousin, we all at home. It's like 13 kids. Probably 11, watching all the kids and shit. She even left her keys. So we here playing this shit, doing shit, baby kids do, acting real east side, you ugly. We in the black box and shit. So around 10, 11 o'clock, we heard boom, boom, boom on the door. We looking around like, shit, is that the po-po? We all scared as shit. We heard boom, boom, boom again. We all stopped and froze like 3 seconds. I'm like, we scared to say something. Oh, we heard, open the goddamn door. We looked around and keep back to mama. I said, oh no, shit. We looked at my sister like, you know this, go see. Tanisha, that's my sister's name. Tanisha, open the goddamn door. This motherfucker gonna say, you said don't open your door. She hit with that real shit. Answer your phone. By the time we opened our door, let her ass in, she beat our ass. The family is funny. I got this auntie named Diane. Everybody that know me, that know my auntie Diane, they know her ass is crazy. She be crazy time with a kid, like 5150 certified crazy. So back in the day, like, we used to have a lot of illness in my family, like my grandma, bitch, have heart attacks. So back in the day, ambulance plan, which made sense. So anytime an ambulance will come and get a family member, because the only work that they see go off in the ambulance, she'll go and tell everybody in the neighborhood that we died. So everybody in my family been dead at least one. Actually, give her money. Because one particular time I had an asthma attack, the niggas really have an asthma attack, and she's 45 now. So the next morning, she went to every neighbor house, up the street, down the street, around the corner, 17 blocks away, collecting money. He's gone, she's dead. Oh, she got to bury her. I can't remember Harrison Ross. So Harrison Ross is the local mortuary in our neighborhood. Everybody died and had a member there. So later on that day, one of the neighbors called my grandma, like, I'm sorry, Miss Nani, to hear about your grandbaby. Diane came around here and collected money from us. She said she had an asthma attack, she died. My girl was like, no, she died, honey, she was alive. And I said, Diane was the original GoFundMe. That's her. I picked up Diane last week. She had a birthday, I gave her a birthday party, clapping for Diane. So we're sitting around drinking and shit. She's old and shit. Now she's 69, so she ain't got her legs and work. She's in a wheelchair and shit. So she can't have fun like she used to back in the 80s. So we sitting around, we drinking and smoking and I would do. True story. We just sitting around having a good time. Diane just looking at us like she jealous and shit. She say, back in my day, I would have beat all y'all up. I gave you a whole party, you want to get me up? I said, now you better leave the fucking mom, I'll flip that wheelchair over. I let her see Diane, you know she crazy. But living in California is kind of different now with this homeless crisis. Like the work I do, I work a lot with the homeless. So there's more people every day at work. We have something called a voucher briefing. A voucher briefing is where we give the applicant their voucher, they'll search for a house, whatever. This one particular day, we had a voucher briefing. My girl Yolanda came to me and was like, your applicant in there. I'm like, who are we ready? You got to pump yourself up and deal with the homeless people sometimes. Sometimes they get acting a little funny. I was like, one time this bitch hugged me. I said, ma'am, if you don't get your hand. You so cool. I ain't that cool. Anyway, so I pumped myself up. Yo-Yo was like, I gotta tell you one thing. I said, what? He said, he got a dog. I said a dog. I said everybody that know me, they know I don't like animals, dogs, cats, sheep, birds. I here we go. I'm just like talking shit, walking. So I see the dog walking around and shit, walking, sniffing people. So I'm in towards the guy. So I go introduce myself. I say, hey, I'm Claudia. He's like, I'm Mr. Dog Whisperer. I'm the case manager. So I'm helping with the paperwork. And all I keep thinking, like, this man is homeless. The dog is homeless. He might got flicks. Ticks. Dumbest shit ever. So he's sniffing and licking people. He's not going to take nine. I'm looking like, bitch, you ain't going to say nothing. Like, you see, I can agree, but say something. And the man like, no, Miss Lane, he's harmless. Turkey is harmless. That's the dog name. Turkey. The dog name was motherfucking Turkey. My name is Chicken. I'm scared of your dog. That dog by shaking bacon's ass. Crazy. Being out here, we have like the most entitled homeless, like the most entitled bougie homeless people. People come out here just to be homeless. I learned that recently working where I work. I said, come out here to be homeless? They're like, yeah. They come out here to live a California dream. It's more like a nightmare on Elm Street and shit. People think it's gonna be a walk in the park, not going to the park is full of homeless people and like kids. That should look like the devil's playground. Just think about it. When I say entitled, where could you go to get a cell phone, a spouse, good weather, good dope, a dog, a bike, and a trailer? Oh wait, you come here, you can get it in California. I don't give a fuck. So back in my days, homeless people had skills. They begged for change. Carburetor, change your wheels, they don't have no fucking skills. They always beg at the time they know you got money. Like you go to the ATM, and you get the drive through McDonald's at the front. I'm like, you get the fuck away from my bag. They always did me at the grocery store. I was trying not to make eye contact. You know, you make eye contact. With my bag. I just made copy. I said, oh, I was trying to make the contact. I said, oh my God. He tells me, ma'am, you got $10. I said, $10? I said, God damn, y'all back for change no more? I said, increase. I said, oh man, I ain't got no $10, man. If I give you my last $10, I'm gonna be out here with you begging. He's like, shit, that's cool, we got a card up. I said, come get your ass away from me. Not to add, they have these cell phones, these Obama phones. I be jealous, like I gotta pay a bill, your phone is free. And all on my goddamn phone, I'm like, who you calling? I hope somebody for some fucking help. Not to mention they always got a spouse. I'm just like, where you go from here to motherfucking New York City. Every bum got a fucking spouse. I said, God damn, homeless men get more pussy than the average man. I saw two women fighting over a bum. I said, he's slanging that bum, bitch. I said, ain't that much love, dope, dick in the world. I'm not even on no concrete, on no church steps, no park bench. I'm going to the penitentiary. There's not that much love and dedication in the world. But I thought about something. I said, a lot of these women, they always holler, oh, I'm single, I don't have a man, I need this, I need that. Maybe your standards are too high. Maybe lower your standards. You might have to take your ass out there on Skid Row. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, green, black, black, and white, and girls, black, and black. You gotta just take them somewhere, get some shit, shower and shave, right? You might even find your soulmate and find you a dog named Turkey. That's right.
Everybody out, give them one more applause. Please welcome Nani. Whoa!